This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now at 6, more information about a mass shooting suspect. Today we're learning more information about his social media and what may have been a violent past.
And there was a battle over hate at the farmers market. Now another hate group appears to be on a recruiting mission in one central Indiana city.
Building community leaders starts in our schools. Today in Hiring Hoosiers, a program that gives students extra lessons on civic pride outside of the classroom. Here at 6 o'clock, I want to welcome into Good Morning Indiana on a Storm Team 6 alert day. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. Alyssa Donovan here, bringing us a forecast that we have not seen in quite some time. It includes some rain.
Yes, which we need the rain. We don't need the storms quite as much, but it is coming with some much needed rain. So that's the good news. The bad news is it does come with a marginal risk of some strong to severe storms this afternoon. Now, you can see on the radar that we're already seeing some of that activity moving in. Most of it is starting to dissipate as it hits the Indiana border, but we are seeing just a few downpours right to the north of Lafayette, heading towards Monticello, and just to the south of Peru. Just a few pockets of some heavy, strong showers moving through. All of that is coming from this first wave from that same system that's going to impact us today. Most of that is starting to die down and weaken, but we can't rule out seeing maybe a stray shower or two, especially over those northern counties this morning. Most of us, though, starting with dry conditions this morning and just partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. So here we are at 9:30, still seeing that potential of that system impacting some of those northern counties. The rest of us, though, starting to see those showers right around the midday hour, and then we'll see that instability build as we head through the day into the afternoon and evening. That's when we're going to see the best chance of those strong storms moving in, with the best chance of some heavy rainfall right around those southeast counties. So we're looking at maybe a 1/4 inch of rainfall across central Indiana and up to an inch of rainfall for some of those southeast counties. So we do have the expectation of some heavy rain today as well. Starting in the 70s this morning, temperatures climbing into the mid-80s this afternoon with those storms moving in as well.
Alyssa, thank you so much. Here's a live look at traffic right now to the north, I-65 from the pedestrian bridge here, a little north of 30th Street. Traffic is moving along up to speed, both northbound and southbound through this area. We'll continue to keep you updated on any crashes or delays that might slow you down, but let's take a look at the map right now and some drive times for your commute. Heading in from I-70 near the airport and Ronald Reagan Parkway, traveling eastbound to I-465, there just a 3-minute drive, and then on I-74 you can see it's just a 5-minute commute from Acton Road to I-465 ramps on the southeast side. So we'll keep an eye on any crashes or delays that might slow you down, and we'll keep you updated throughout the morning.
This morning, we're learning more about the suspect in the mass shooting that left 9 people dead in Dayton, including the shooter's own sister. Connor Betts was killed by police shortly after opening fire early Sunday morning. While police say they are still investigating a motive, a Twitter account that appears to have belonged to Betts shows that he retweeted extreme left-wing posts. It includes posts targeting police and those supportive of Antifa or anti-fascist protesters. Some high school classmates of Betts also say he was expelled from school for creating 2 lists, a kill list of boys at school and a list of girls he called a rape list.
And the number of people killed in the mass shootings in El Paso now reaching 22. 2 more victims who were injured died in hospitals. President Trump on Monday condemned racism and white supremacy after police said that the El Paso suspect specifically targeted Mexicans. But Trump also blamed things like the internet and the largely discredited claim that video games led to violent behavior. It comes after the criticism of the president for using words about immigrants at previous rallies and on Twitter that were also used in a racist manifesto written by the El Paso suspect. Last night, former President Barack Obama issued a rare rebuke, not mentioning the president by name, but clearly referencing his rhetoric. Obama wrote, quote, "We should soundly reject language coming out of the mouths of any of our leaders that feeds a climate of fear and hatred or normalizes racist sentiments," end quote.
New this morning, police in Bloomington are investigating after Ku Klux Klan flyers were found around the city. Bloomington police say they've received At least 10 reports of the flyers being found inside plastic bags in several neighborhoods.
Well, the flyers feature the familiar image of a hooded Klan member. The flyer also urges people to, quote, do your part to keep white communities safe and report suspicious activities. You can sleep tonight knowing the Klan is awake, end quote. There's also a contact number at the bottom of the flyers. Well, the flyers showed up following the recent controversy over a vendor at Bloomington's Farmers Market. The owners of Schooner Creek Farms were outed as members of the white supremacist group Identity Europa. It prompted protests in front of their booth at the farmers market. The city of Bloomington suspended the farmers market this past weekend and again this coming weekend due to the ongoing threats of violence from the white nationalist groups. An alternative farmers market is being held at Blooming Foods Organic Market, so that the farmers that normally go there don't lose out on any income.
This morning, we're still working to find out more information about a shooting on the west side that left 2 people dead. Metro Police were called to Lafayette Road near Tibbs Avenue just after 3 o'clock Monday afternoon. There, officers found a man and woman, both with gunshot wounds. Both victims later died at a hospital. So far, no other information has been released.
It is 6:05. Police want to know if you recognize a woman who's accused of leaving a suspicious package at a church. Take a look here. Zionsville police released these surveillance images of the woman. Investigators were called out to Zionsville Presbyterian Church on Sunday afternoon after the woman left a box containing a jar, liquid, and a cell phone on top of a refrigerator. Members of the church thought she was acting suspicious. If you have any information, please call police at the number on your screen. That is 317-873-5967.
A woman must pay $235 in fines after admitting to care and treatment violations related to the death of her dog. But some animal advocates say the punishment does not fit the crime. A warning: you may be disturbed by some of the images we are about to show you. Call 6 Investigates first told you about this case last month. Jim Honeycutt says his neighbor's pit bull mix, Flash, died after being chained up outside in the hot sun, despite several calls to the city for help. Now, the dog's owner, Melinda Ryan, never responded to call 6. We tried to get her side of the story in court.
I'm Kara Kenny with WRTV Channel 6. We'd just like to talk to you about what happened with Flash. Why did you leave him outside? Can you talk to us?
Thank you.
We're in a public area. We just want to get your side of the story. Can you tell us what happened?
No, we've been said, nothing's going to be said. You guys can go on.
Under an agreement she signed, Ryan can still keep her other dogs. We reached out to Friends of Indianapolis Dogs Outside. The group believes the city's penalties for an initial violation are too lenient. The minimum fine is only $25. It is 6:07, and how would you like your student to gain leadership skills and get paid for their hard work along the way? Sounds like a great gig.
Yeah, a great deal there. So today in Hiring Hoosiers, one business has an internship program that your kids can do right here in Indianapolis. Our own Aaron Lish is joining us live this morning, showing all of us how you can get your kids from classroom to career ready. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning. So Bank of America, they have their Student Leaders Program, and it started back in 2004, but they had it for the first time here in Indianapolis, right here at Newfield. So what they do is they find 4 high school juniors and seniors, and it gives them the opportunity to build those leadership skills through a paid internship at a local nonprofit. You can see they're help cleaning up the grounds here at Newfield as part of their work, and they see how a nonprofit works and what their needs are, along with trying to make a difference within this community. One of the projects that they had to do is try to figure out how to help Newfields better engage with younger audiences. They also get to meet the CEO of Bank of America, along with going to Washington, D.C. for a major summit. We actually talked with a couple students about their experience in this 8-week internship.
We've worked on making projects each week to present, and so we've each gotten a different chance to be the leader. And so it gives you a lot of real world experience.
I never really realized how a nonprofit works, and it takes a lot of people to keep this engine running. So it's kind of cool getting behind the scenes and seeing all the other things Newfields has to offer.
And they also gain better money habits by working with Bank of America volunteers to increase their financial management skills, from building a budget all the way to creating a savings plan. So applications for next year, they typically will start around fall, in the winter time as well. So look out for those applications to start popping up at around November all the way to July. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks, Aaron. It is a Storm Team 6 alert day, and that's because we have the potential of showers and thunderstorms moving through central Indiana as we head through the day. Now, we are tracking a line of storms that's moving through Illinois right now. Most of that is starting to weaken this morning, but we are starting to see just a few pop-up stray showers just to the north of Lafayette along I-65. So if that's part of your commute, just expect that potential of some brief heavy downpours at times. Most of that system, though, is dying down, and most of us are going to start with dry conditions and cloudy conditions this morning before the rest of this system starts to move in as we head into the afternoon and early evening. That's going to be our best chance of some strong to severe storms as well. We are under a marginal risk of severe storms today. Really, all of Indiana is. The main threats with that are going to be the potential of some straight line damaging winds as well as lightning, which we have seen with this first wave moving through this morning. Heading to the bus stop today, temperatures in the 70s with cloudy skies. Then that chance of showers and storms moves in later this afternoon. Highs will reach the mid-80s.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Well, she says the blame for recent mass shootings lies in a lot of places. Coming up, why one lawmaker's words are sparking calls for her resignation.
And you haven't found that job that's right for you yet? Well, coming up, there are a number of positions open right now you may not know about. We'll show you them with our Jobs of the Week.
At Ross, yes for less.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. Here's a live look at I-70 and Post Road on the east side of town. You can see traffic is moving along up the speed, both eastbound and westbound. No crashes or delays here to slow you down.
How'd you like to work at Pacers games this coming season? If so, the team might hire you if you show up at their part-time job fair next week. The team will be hiring for a variety of positions at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, including the box office, team store, guest relations, ushers, and security. The Pacers part-time job fair will be next Wednesday, August 14th from 4 until 7 p.m. at the Entry Pavilion between Pennsylvania and Delaware Streets.
Well, RTV6 is committed to getting millions of Hoosiers hired in the coming decades and getting you the skills and resources you need to get there. That's why we created Hiring Hoosiers, and today Meredith is going to give us a look at some jobs open in real time.
It is time now for a look at our Jobs of the Week. I'm joined by Anna Pentenberg from Spherion Staffing, and you're going to tell us about all the jobs that are available right now.
Correct. We are getting started with a .NET developer. This person will help build software using different languages and technologies of the .NET framework. You must have a bachelor's degree in computer science, engineering, or a related field, and this starts off between $80,000 and $90,000 a year.
All right, our next job, you must know more than one language for.
Yes, yes. Preferably Spanish-speaking bilingual sales coordinator. This is in Fishers at $22 an hour. Sales experience, especially kind of in the restaurant type field, is preferred. And a working knowledge of CRM tools is definitely a plus.
Great opportunity for someone who is bilingual there.
Yes.
Next one is an IT project manager.
Yes, this will be on the north side of Indianapolis. This is responsible for management and delivery of tech-related projects and starts between $60,000 and $70,000 a year.
Wonderful. And finally, something you are always looking for.
Yes, we always have a need for warehouse associates. We have openings all around the city of Indianapolis and the suburbs of that. Pay ranges from $12 to $14 an hour, and we have first, second, and third shift positions available full-time or part-time.
All right, wonderful. Anything else you'd like to add for these Jobs of the Week?
No, I think the one tip for this week is just that don't be afraid to apply for something that you're not maybe immediately qualified for. We can always take a look at that and see if we do have a position we can get you into that maybe helps you build some of your skills.
Wonderful. Love that. Anna, thank you so much. You can find all of these jobs on hiringhoosiers.com. These are all thanks to Spherion Staffing. Once again, Anna, so happy for you to join us. All these jobs, again, on hiringhoosiers.com.
All right, well, Governor Holcomb says that a state law is now in effect and it will be a big help for military veterans and their spouses. Holcomb held a ceremonial signing of that law on Monday at the Indiana State Fair. The new law exempts military, retirement income, and survivors' benefits from the state income tax. Well, this could potentially save veterans and their dependents thousands of dollars. Not everyone was happy with how the ceremonial signing was handled, however. Lisa Wilkin, an Air Force veteran who leads a veterans advocacy group, told us that none of the volunteer veteran advocates who testified before the legislature in favor of the bill were invited to that ceremony. She also accused the governor of politicizing the issue because no Democrats were invited to Monday's ceremony, even those who co-sponsored the bill.
The chair of Ohio's Republican Party is calling on a state lawmaker to resign after comments she made about the recent mass shootings. Ohio State Representative Candace Keller represents a district near Dayton, the scene of the weekend's second mass shooting. In a post on her personal Facebook page, the Republican blamed the shootings on former President Barack Obama, fatherlessness, video games, same-sex marriage, and what she called drag queen advocates. Keller has since deleted the post, and she didn't entirely own up to the post, telling the Dayton Daily News that someone may have altered her words.
Time right now is 6:17, and boy, this is the year of milestones here at RTV6. We mark another one tomorrow when our own Kevin Gregory celebrates 30 years on the air at RTV6.
Kevin arrived on August 7th, 1989 after short stints in Lafayette and Champaign, Illinois. He's a graduate of Ben Davis High School and Purdue University. At Purdue, he was a standout tennis player before embarking on his weather career. Former RTV6 reporter Gary Dick also shared with us that Kevin's not a bad guy to have on the basketball court either.
So many great memories of Kevin Gregory, certainly on the air, smooth broadcaster, a great weather guy. So I think he's one of these people that truly loves what he does. He's so into it and interested. So his on-the-air persona is great. What I remember about Kevin is the Gus Macker 3-on-3 tournament. So Kevin, a couple of years, was on our team. Myself, my brother-in-law, and Kevin Gregory were 3-on-3 because Kevin's tall, obviously. So he was our big man. And I can remember going down in the heat, probably 100 degrees in the shade, playing 3-on-3 basketball in the Gus Macker tournament downtown. And Kevin did all right. We kind of liked having him on our team.
And you saw that picture of him from his ID of the brown hair. He still carries that around with him in his wallet.
So funny.
I remember he showed me when I was an intern here. He's like, check out this photo when I was your age, back before his hair was white. So just a funny guy.
He is always pulling tricks out of his sleeve and
dad jokes.
Oh, dad jokes. He's just always a joy to be around.
Dad jokes left and right. And they were talking about how tall he is.
Yeah.
I mean, that is an understatement. I am standing on a box, and he doesn't have to stand on this box.
No, he does not.
He's a tall guy, and he loves what he does. It's awesome to work with him.
Yes. Well, we do want to talk about the weather, though. Something Kevin's going to be talking about later is the chance of storms.
Yes, he'll take over as we head into the later hours of the day, which is when we are expecting some of those strongest storms to move through. Now, we do have that Storm Team 6 alert day. We're at medium impact level. Scattered showers and thunderstorms expected really throughout the day. Most of that activity, though, really in the afternoon and evening. Our main threats with this are going to be wind damage possibility as well as lightning as that system moves through. Now, we've been looking at this track of storms moving through this morning. A lot of that is starting to dissipate just off to our northwest, moving through Illinois. We have seen a few of those showers creeping into some of those northern counties, right into Lafayette and Monticello. You should be seeing the potential of a few spot showers at your house and moving just across I-65. But you can see on our radar that it is starting to die down, and it will continue to die down in the next few hours here. Most of us are going to start today dry, however cloudy. So as we head into the afternoon, though, this trough will continue to drop down and bring us that better potential for some instability this afternoon, which means we could see those stray showers and some thunderstorms kick up later today. So here's a look at what I'm talking about. Starting cloudy this morning, those stray showers possible yet through the morning for some of those northern counties, maybe a thunderstorm and maybe some heavy rainfall up there, but most of us starting dry, and then we'll start to see that potential of a few showers right around the midday hour. Better chance of that instability kicking up as we head into the afternoon and early evening hours. We are looking at about a 1/4 inch of rainfall right across Indianapolis and central Indiana, and then our higher rainfall totals expected to the southeast of us, looking at a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rainfall there. And that's just because as that system moves out, that's where it's going to dump the most rain as it moves out of the area. This is going to be quick, though, only really impacting our afternoon and evening, maybe lingering into those later evening hours, but most of that activity will die down by tomorrow morning. Marginal risk of severe weather with this system across all of Indiana, looking at the main threats being that potential for some lightning as well as some damaging straight lines winds as that moves through. Today, starting in the 70s this morning, a little bit humid outside, cloudy skies, that chance of some showers to the north, and then the best chance of those showers and storms happening later today. 86 for our high. We dry out on Wednesday, and then more chances of showers and storms move back into the forecast for Thursday.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Here's a live look at I-65 in West Street near the downtown area. You can see traffic here is picking up at this early hour, but everything's traveling smoothly, both northbound and southbound along your interstate. We're going to keep an eye on this spot and keep you updated on any delays. But take a look right now at our Traffic Now map. Great news for your Tuesday. No crashes to report around the metro area. Let's take a quick look at drive times. No delays on the east side, traveling westbound on I-70 from Post Road to I-65. It is just a 10-minute commute. We'll continue to monitor things, though, and keep you updated on any issues. Well, you've heard all the sports cliches by now, how baseball is a game of inches and that timing is everything.
Well, for one Major League rookie, timing was everything. Isan Diaz of the Miami Marlins was making his Major League debut in front of his family in New York on Monday. He was batting against the Mets while his family members were being interviewed in the stands, and that's when this happened.
Is this an emotional day for you?
Very, very emotional.
That's a moment.
So to the audience, I apologize. That was something that, you know.
Oh, man.
Well, no one is going to blame Isan's father for that reaction. The Marlins didn't win the game, but we're pretty sure Diaz's family was okay with that. So impressive. Oh,
wait
gosh.
for it. Oh,
what a proud papa.
That's so funny. Perfect timing there. Well, as school starts back up, there's some extra money to help keep students safe. Coming up at 6:30 this morning, we'll show you where that money is going.
And sometimes when you're a coach, you have to go the extra mile to give a pep talk to your team. Up next, the outside help a baseball coach brought in, and whether it worked or not, we'll let you know coming up.
In Jetta, Tiguan, and select Atlas models.
Welcome back. One baseball coach wanted to fire up his players going into their playoffs, and he thought he had the perfect way to do it.
The manager of the Savannah Bananas, that is a real team from a summer college league, brought in some non-traditional help for his pregame speech.
So I searched all over the world, and I ended up in Juarez, Mexico, to find a guy that's going to bring out the fighter in each and every one of you. Voodoo Jack, let's go! Let's go!
I got him right there. Let's go!
Well, the Lucador there was having his way with the Bananas players for a while, but then the day was saved by a well-built guy here who knocks out the masked man with a banana, naturally. Unfortunately, the pep talk didn't work out. The Bananas were eliminated from their playoffs by the Macon Bacon.
Such good news. Oh, my goodness. And their yellow uniforms are just too much.
Gosh, that's
so funny.
Too funny. I want to know all the other team names now. The Savannah Bananas, the Macon Bacon.
There's some funny ones out there.
Okay, we'll have to do a little Google here after you finish up with your weather.
Yeah, and we are under a Storm Team 6 alert day. That's because we have the potential of those showers and storms moving in. We are tracking a line of storms right now just off to our northwest. That's starting to break up, though, so most of us starting dry today, and then those showers and storms move in this afternoon and evening. Marginal threat of severe storms with this, the main threat being damaging winds. 86 for our high. We dry out Wednesday, more chances of storms by Thursday, and then we are dry and sunny just in time for the weekend.
Strength to make a difference.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now at 6:30, our Hiring Hoosiers initiative is focusing on making the progress from the classroom to your career. Just ahead, the local program that's helping to develop leaders of the future right here in central Indiana.
And keeping your kids safe as they get on and off the school bus. The new funding that will help more officers patrol bus stops all across our state.
And fighting back against a new plant planned for Muncie. The reason some people say they're concerned about the new development that could be coming to their community. But first, it's 6:30 on your Tuesday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Lauren Casey, and it is a Storm Team 6 alert day. You heard the beep beep there on your screen, and that's why we have Alyssa Donovan here at the desk to talk about what we can expect in today's forecast.
So we are seeing those showers and storms back in the forecast. This is much needed rain that we have been looking for the past few weeks, because it has been abnormally dry in some areas. But we do have those actual storms moving in as well, which are bringing a marginal threat of severe storms as we head later today. Looking at our radar, you can see we have this line of storms that we've been keeping an eye on just off to our northwest this morning. It is starting to weaken and die off as it's hitting that Indiana border. We've seen just a few pop-up storms just to those extreme northwest counties, but all of that is starting to dry out, and most of us are starting with those dry conditions and cloudy conditions today. Now, all of this activity is going to come from that same trough, though, that deposited that storm across some of those northwest counties early this morning. That's going to continue to push through as we head into the afternoon and early evening hours. So looking at our TrueCast, starting with cloudy skies across the area, few stray showers still possible for the northwest counties, but most of us starting dry, and then we'll start to see those showers kick up right around midday, and then that convection, that potential for thunderstorms moves in the afternoon and evening hours. That's when we have that marginal risk of some strong to severe storms. The main risk with that is going to be the potential for lightning as well as some straight line winds. Temperatures today will reach the mid and upper 80s.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We have our Shea Goodpaster in our live drive vehicle right now. You can see the dash cam of 465 on the south side near East Street. It looks like everything here is smooth sailing at this hour, and that is great news. And the best news, this is no longer the detour route for that I-70 closure, so traffic on the south side has been a little lighter so far this week. We'll continue to keep you updated on any crashes or delays.
Our Hiring Hoosiers initiative is dedicated to helping connect you with jobs across central Indiana. And one of the largest banks in our country wants your students to join their team for a unique internship.
And we are working for you to get your students classroom to career ready. And our Aaron Lish joins us live with this partnership between Bank of America and Newfields this summer. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning. So Bank of America has their Student Leaders program where students will gain work experience while getting paid over the summer. And they did that for the first time here in Indianapolis.
Here, you hold this out. Oh, you got it?
Got it. Yeah.
You gotta keep pulling it down. There you go.
These high school students are cleaning up at Newfields, where they are getting a special internship through Bank of America.
We provide a grant to the not-for-profit, and they pay the kids' salaries.
This is Bank of America's Student Leaders program, where they're doing much more than pruning the grounds of the museum.
Kids get comprehensive experience from meeting with the CEO all the way down to the volunteer docents, so they learn everything about how the not-for-profit works.
They've been doing research on connecting younger audiences to the campus, which provides an opportunity to showcase their leadership.
We've worked on making projects each week to present, and so we've each gotten a different chance to be the leader. And so it gives you a lot of real world experience of what an actual job is.
And as they cut away the branches, it opens up their eyes to how businesses function.
I never really realized how a nonprofit works, and it takes a lot of people to keep this engine running. So it's kind of cool getting behind the scenes and seeing all the other things Newfields has to offer.
So it is an 8-week program. Again, it is a paid internship. And they also get a free trip to Washington, D.C. Those applications for next summer should open up between November and January. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Aaron, thank you so much. If you're looking to learn more about these career programs or other job opportunities in Central Indiana, our Hiring Hoosiers Facebook page is a big help. That's where you can find posts from prospective companies looking for new employees and all of our other Hiring Hoosiers stories. It's all just a click away for you on the Hiring Hoosiers Facebook page. And coming up, our Hiring Hoosiers Classroom to Career, our new initiative, continues all week long right here on Good Morning Indiana. Here is a preview of some of the stories and the schools we'll be featuring this week. So be sure to join us right here on Good Morning Indiana every morning from 4:30 to 7.
As thousands of students get ready to board their school buses this morning, they will be better protected thanks to a nearly $400,000 grant. That grant is intended to help area police agencies improve safety around bus stops. The grant will help pay for overtime for officers to enforce laws at school bus stops over the next 2 months. Earlier this year, the governor signed a new school bus safety law that took effect July 1st. It increased the penalties for drivers who fail to stop when school bus stop arms are extended.
And one of those police departments that received that extra money is Muncie. We rode along with officers on Monday as they followed school buses on their morning and afternoon routes. They spent the day looking for drivers who were unsafe around school buses, and we talked with one parent who's happy to see something being done to keep kids safe.
People are impatient. They don't understand that these kids are crossing. You can hit them. That's it. I don't want my children dead. I don't want them, in the hospital. It's a scary thing. That's all I can say.
Our own Stephanie Wade spent the day riding along with Muncie Police, and you can see more of what she found tonight on the news starting at 5 o'clock.
Well, that should be a good one.
Yeah.
Brebeuf is taking a battle with the Archdiocese of Indianapolis all the way to the Vatican. Earlier this year, the Archdiocese announced it would no longer recognize the school as Catholic due to its refusal to fire a teacher in a same-sex marriage. After that announcement, Jesuit representatives said it would take the case to the Vatican if necessary. Brebeuf has asked the Congregation for Catholic Education in Rome to address and overrule the decision.
This morning, investigators on the city's east side are trying to figure out what happened just before a person was shot on Monday night. This all happened around 9:30 last night near 15th and Ritter. Investigators tell RTV6 that victim was taken to the hospital in critical condition. No word this morning on a search for a suspect.
A controversial new business drawing hundreds of people to have their voices heard at the Muncie City Council meeting. City Council members are considering whether or not to allow a new zinc production plant in the city. Wales Sustainable Products is expected to be in operation by the end of next year in the former Borg Warner site along Kilgore Avenue. Many people are worried that pollution and mercury emissions from the plant could be hazardous to their health.
I'm normally not this vocal. I can't have it. For the sake of the future of this community, we can't have it. It's not worth it.
I think this would be detrimental for people thinking about moving to this community, and with the university students so close, I just feel like this is a huge issue that impacts a lot of people within the city of Muncie and also statewide as those kids travel here from other cities.
The Indiana Department of Environmental Management is reviewing the permit application to build the facility. The department is considering things like how much pollution will be released and how it will be regulated. Wales Sustainable Products declined an on-camera interview but released a statement saying, quote, the facility will operate in compliance with environmental laws and in accordance with air regulations and its final air permit, all of which ensures an operation that protects human health and the environment.
It is 6:38 on your Tuesday. You'll be able to catch more than food, rides, and animals at the State Fair this year. The Indiana Department of Health is offering health training, birth certificates, and medication disposal bags at the fair. The agency says that its booths in the exposition hall are providing education about tobacco cessation, food safety, and ways to prevent infant mortality. Next Saturday and Sunday, you'll also be able to purchase copies of birth and death certificates. You'll need to bring a photo ID and a check for $10 to obtain a certificate on the spot.
Here's a look at some of the things planned for today at the fair. It is $2 Tuesday at the fair. That means $2 gate admission, $2 rides on the midway, and $2 food options at each food stand. Be sure to catch the watermelon seed spinning contest at 1 o'clock in the Purdue Extension Building. Then be sure to catch the Indiana Wind Symphony on the free stage tonight at 7:30. And Alyssa, if people are heading to the fair at all today, they need to keep an eye on the weather.
Yes, it's a good time to get that Storm Shield app. I would suggest going earlier in the day than later in the day, because that's when we are going to see that potential of some showers and storms. And that's why for our walking forecast, I'm featuring Max today. That's a Yorkie. Thank you for that, Robin Hoover. Such a cute little guy. Now, you should look at that walking forecast, though, because if you're taking your dog out, start for the first half of the day. And then as we head into the afternoon, that's when we're going to see that potential of showers and storms. Now, we do have this track that we've been keeping an eye on this morning. You can see that's really started to weaken and not really a approaching the Indiana border anymore. We've seen a few pop-up showers to the north of us, but most of that has died down and is moving off to the south. So we are in the clear for the most part this morning, but not this afternoon. That same system, that trough, is going to continue to impact us later today. That will kick up some instability as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. Those are going to be the best chances of some showers and thunderstorms, especially right around central Indiana into southeastern counties. You are expecting those higher rain totals. Now, we are under a marginal risk as well for some strong to severe storms, which means our main threats with that are going to be lightning as well as damaging winds. And again, that time period is going to be this afternoon and evening. Highs today will be in the mid 80s, not 60s, you guys. Mid 80s.
Hey, the 60s sound pretty good when it's this hot, but that's all right, Alyssa. Thank you. Well, the nation continues to mourn the victims of 2 mass shootings over the weekend. The new details, we're learning about what happened in El Paso and Dayton.
And how would you like to get in on some of the state fair fun? Just after the break, we have your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Indiana State Fair. It's 6:41. Keep watching for your chance to win.
And it should be.
We are learning more details this morning about the deadly mass shootings in Texas and Ohio. Last night, there were candlelight vigils all across the country for the victims in El Paso and Dayton. The Empire State Building was also lit orange for gun violence awareness. Meanwhile, we're learning more about what happened before the shooting in El Paso at the Walmart. Authorities are now saying the suspect first entered the store without any weapons and then left to go arm himself. Police in Dayton say that they're still trying to figure out a motive for that shooting. Former high school classmates tell ABC News that the shooter was formerly suspended from high school for writing a hit list of classmates that he wanted to kill and sexually assault.
Meanwhile, President Trump is considering using executive action on gun control, according to Politico. There are a lot of different types of laws leaders are talking about. A new study from Boston University looked at which gun laws lower suicide and murder rates the most. It says laws addressing who can buy and carry guns work better than banning assault weapon sales. The most effective state laws stop violent offenders from buying guns. Also, universal background checks and concealed carry permits where the owner had to pass basic requirements were also effective. Congress hasn't passed any substantial gun violence legislation this session. The House passed bills strengthening federal background checks. Democratic leaders want the Senate to have an emergency session to consider them.
At 6:44 this morning, police in Chicago are trying to figure out what was behind a violent weekend in the Windy City. 7 people were killed, 52 others injured in shootings all across the city. Police say they were called to 32 different shootings from Friday night through Monday morning. On Sunday alone, 17 people were shot in 3 separate incidents in the span of 2 hours. Hospitals were so busy treating gunshot wound victims that some had to divert new patients away to other hospitals.
If you thought July's heat was record-breaking, you were right. Last month is now the hottest month on record for the planet. That's according to European climatologists. Experts say this July was slightly hotter than July of 2016, which held the previous record. The difference is the extreme July heat this year happened during a period of more neutral weather. Back in July of 2016, the world was in the middle of one of the strongest El Nino events on record. And today we have some rain, which is something we have not seen in quite some time.
I know my plants, my yard could use a little bit of water.
Yeah. A little thirsty.
Yeah, looking a little thirsty and brown.
So we're abnormally dry right now, so that's why it is good news that we're seeing that rain. However, not so good news, we are seeing that potential of some strong to severe storms along with it, which is why it is a Storm Team 6 alert day. We have those scattered showers and storms moving in. Most of us going to see those later today in the afternoon and evening. We've been tracking a line of storms just off to our northwest this morning that is across Illinois. That has started to die down, just impacted a few areas to extreme northwest Indiana this morning. Marginal low to severe risk of those strong storms moving through today. That is over all of Indiana, so we do have that potential of those strong storms. The main threat is going to be those damaging winds as well as lightning. Also could see some heavy downpours with this. So here's that line of storms I was talking about. This is all from the same system that will impact us throughout the day, but you can see that's really started to die down, just moving across some of those northwest counties this morning, but really starting to die down, weaken, and it won't impact most of us. A lot of us starting with those dry conditions today, but this trough will continue to move through as we head through the rest of the day, starting with cloudy skies this morning. Maybe a stray shower still possible for some of those extreme northwest counties this morning, but most of us will be dry. Temperatures starting in the 70s, and then by the midday hour, that's when we'll start to see that instability increase, which means we'll see the potential of a few showers right around midday, and then by the afternoon and evening, that's when we're going to see that instability continue to climb, giving us that better potential of convection, which means thunderstorms. Most of that activity expected right across central Indiana and into those southeast counties. We're looking at about a 1/4 inch of rainfall for us here in Indianapolis, and then those higher totals just to the southeast. And that's just because that's where that system is really going to stall out and dump a lot of that rainfall as it's exiting the area. Looking at about a 1/2 inch to an inch of rainfall for areas to the southeast of Indianapolis as we head into the afternoon and evening. That will clear out overnight, and then Wednesday things are drying out. That's going to be our lull between systems. We have another cold front that will move in on Thursday. Today, however, marginal risk of the severe weather as we head into this afternoon and evening. Main threat's going to be lightning as well as straight line damaging winds, possibly some heavy downpours in some of those thunderstorm cells as well. Starting in the 70s this morning, could see those stray showers right around the noon hour, but our best chance of that activity is going to be in the afternoon and evening. Highs today in the mid-80s. Now, as that cold front passes through overnight, we're going to see those temperatures drop off. We'll dry out on Wednesday, continuing to see partly cloudy skies for your Wednesday, but enjoy that day. It's going to be a little cooler out there in the low 80s across the area, and then we are going to see those chances of showers and thunderstorms again in the forecast for Thursday before things completely dry out just in time for the weekend.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Here's a live look from our live drive vehicle. Our photographer Shay Goodpaster behind the wheel. The dash cam view is showing you I-70 eastbound. You can see the sun rising over the Circle City here. He's heading towards the downtown area from the west side. Everything here is moving along up to speed. And this is that part of the road that was closed last week for that major construction project. So it's all back open and everything looks to be moving along just great in that area this morning.
Gen Con just wrapped up in downtown Indianapolis over the weekend, but the planning is already underway for next year's event. Organizers have a lot of work to do to top this year's event, which set an attendance record. The 4-day convention in downtown Indianapolis wrapped up Sunday. The president of Gen Con says nearly 70,000 people attended. The event has more than doubled since moving to Indianapolis in 2003. Next year's Gen Con is set for July 30th through August 2nd.
All right, you've waited long enough. Right now is your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Indiana State Fair. Your tickets are good any day during the State Fair. The final day of the fair is Sunday, August 18th. All you need to do is be the 6th caller right now. Here's the phone number, 317-269-1459. If you don't win today, we're giving away more tickets all week long right here on Good Morning Indiana. Good luck to you. Time right now is 6:49. We'll be right back.
Working for you. This is Good Morning Indiana. Working for you.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. It is 6:52. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Lauren Casey, and we are working for you, helping you to get your Tuesday morning started.
We have your top stories covered, and we're keeping a close eye on traffic. We do want to start things off with Alyssa Donovan on this Storm Team 6 alert day.
Yes, and it is a Storm Team 6 alert day because we have that potential of showers and storms this afternoon. We have been tracking this line of storms that's been moving towards Indiana. It has dissipated and weakened, and we are all being left with mostly cloudy skies this morning to start out. Temperatures in the 70s in Indianapolis, 60s in Martinsville and Bloomington. So some areas starting a little cooler this morning. As we head through the day, though, those rain chances increase again, especially right around the midday hour. That's when we'll start to see that potential of showers. Best chance of thunderstorm activity will happen in the later afternoon and early evening hours. We are under a marginal risk of severe potential, so just be aware of that. Good time to get that Storm Shield app. The main threats with this system moving through are going to be lightning as well as damaging winds. Highs today in the 80s.
Good morning. Would you like your kids to get paid while getting work experience? Well, that was the case for a few local students here at Newfield. So for the first time ever, Bank of America has introduced their Student Leaders Program to Indianapolis. They choose 4 high school juniors and seniors here in the area for an internship with a local nonprofit like Newfield's. They develop leadership skills and see how a nonprofit operates over the 8-week period. They also get a trip to D.C. for a summit with all the other student leaders across the country. Applications are expected to open up for next summer between November and January. Back to you in the studio.
Aaron, thank you. We're working to find out more information about a shooting on the west side that left 2 people dead. Metro police were called to Lafayette Road near Tibbs Avenue just after 3 o'clock Monday afternoon. There, officers found a man and woman with gunshot wounds. Both victims later died at a hospital. So far, no other information has been released.
Police want to know if you recognize a woman accused of leaving a suspicious package at a church. Zionsville police released these surveillance images of the woman. Come take a look. Investigators were called to Zionsville Presbyterian Church Sunday afternoon after the woman left a box containing a jar, liquid, and a cell phone on top of a refrigerator. Members of the church thought that she was acting suspicious. If you have any information, please call police at the number on your screen, 317-873-5967.
A 4-day music festival in southern Indiana ended with plenty of arrests. Indiana State Police announced the arrest that happened at a Juggalos gathering at Lawrence County Recreation Park in Springville, Indiana. State Police say there were 79 criminal arrests between last Wednesday and last Saturday at the festival organized by the rap group Insane Clown Posse. 19 of those arrests were for felonies. Most of them were for drugs. Some of the drugs seized included heroin, LSD, meth, marijuana, and laughing gas.
The first Tuesday in August means today is National Night Out. The annual event is a community-building effort promoting partnerships between local residents, businesses, and police officers. Many communities mark this day with block parties and festivals. The point behind this party is to get to know the neighbors, local business people, and the first responders who serve your community. Communities all across central Indiana are having National Night Out celebrations tonight.
A popular southern Indiana amusement park is preparing for a big announcement. Holiday World and Splash and Safari is teasing its 2020 edition with the post you see here on your screen. The post read, "Mark your spot, hold tight, lap it up, make a splash, and slide over," all with a cat theme. The big announcement is scheduled for 1 this afternoon Indianapolis time. We'll fill you in on the big announcement as soon as we learn more.
And it is 6:56. Let's get a look at traffic right now from our NDOT traffic camera on the north side, I-465 and Ditch Road. You can see traffic here traveling eastbound and westbound is getting heavier at this hour, but it's moving along up to speed. The good news, no crashes to report right now around the metro area. Alyssa.
And you can see on that cam that we are starting with cloudy skies this morning. We had a system off to our west, but that has started to weaken and likely not going to impact us this morning. We are going to see scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, though, which is why it is a Storm Team 6 alert day. We have a marginal risk of severe weather as that system moves through. The main impacts to be the potential for some scattered thunderstorms that will bring the potential of some lightning as well as heavy rainfall to the area. 86 for the high today, and then things really dry out by Wednesday. That's going to be our low between systems. Another system moves in on Thursday.
All right, keep the Storm Shield app handy. Yes. Thank you, Alyssa, and thank you for joining us. We're back in 25 minutes and all throughout Good Morning America.
Have a great day.